Hey there, Westboro. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Richa Goes Local. As you can see, I'm doing things a little differently today. It's been over a month since I started my channel, and I wanted to take this time to, first of all, thank the local business owners who put their faith in me and my channel. So a big shout out to Release Wellbeing Center, Share Transformation Salon, Posh Nails and Spa, Karen Amlo Music, and the Flying Locksmiths of Metro West MA. I also wanted to thank my subscribers and supporters. Please continue sharing my videos and growing this channel. It is important. I also realized actually that there is a large cross section of us local residents here in Westboro who may not be convinced of the importance of the small local businesses. So this particular, I've kind of put together a mini series of 3 videos. So I've made it into 3 parts, and we will talk about, in the first part, we will talk about what small businesses are and their place in the US economy as a whole. Some data, some numbers that we will crunch. Not too much in detail, not to bore you, but just to give you an idea of how important small businesses really are. The second part is going to be, and it's aptly called, Why Should You Care? So why do you care about what the local businesses do, or whether they do well, whether they don't? How does it affect you as a local resident here? And in the concluding part, we will talk about how you can help. So hopefully the first 2 will convince you of the need to support and encourage local businesses. And then in the third episode, we will talk about the different ways in which you can do that. And of course, going out and buying their products or their services is one chunk of it, but that's not the only thing that you can do. And that's what we will talk about in the concluding series. So that's the plan for this particular mini series within my channel. I hope it helps you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. I did mention in my introductory episode that the reason for this channel was to create awareness amongst the local residents of the small local businesses that we tend to see the signboards as we drive by, and to give a face to that business, to show you what it's like inside, what are the kind of services they provide. And if this channel has so far been helpful to you, I would really appreciate if you would leave a comment for me, subscribe and share my channel with your friends and neighbors. At the end of the video, there is also an announcement. There is an event coming up this weekend called Women, Wine and Wellness. It is being run by a local business. It's happening this weekend, and more details towards the end of this video. So thank you once again to my subscribers, to the local businesses who have been so encouraging to me. I hope you enjoyed this little mini series that I have put together, and I'll see you on the other side. Small local business. What is the fuss all about? In part 1, we will talk numbers, but we will keep it short. We don't want to bore you with details, but we do want you to understand how mind-boggling the numbers of small businesses are. You will be surprised and astounded, I assure you. So that's part 1. That's coming up today. In the next part of the series, we will discuss why should you care? So what? I mean, okay, businesses have big numbers. What's it to you as a resident of the local community? Why should you care about what the local businesses do and how big their numbers are? So that'll be discussed in the next part. So once you have understood the importance of small local businesses to our community and the importance of you to the small local businesses, it's a full circle. We will figure out your answers to how can I help and where do I sign up? And that's what we will discuss in part 3. So without further ado, let's start on part 1, where we will talk numbers, but keep it short. And I wanted to start with this very cool cartoon I found online. That's what's happens. That's what happens to small business owners. They're always under a lot of pressure. As you can see, there are two ways for any small business to go. They could either crumble or they could turn into a diamond. And what is it that makes that difference? We will explore. Small businesses provide opportunities for entrepreneurs, jobs for neighbors, and gathering places for communities. And what does that really mean in layman terms is what we're going to discuss in this short mini series. But before we even start that, um, I want you to, I want to give you an example right here. A big name today worldwide is Heinz Varieties. Everybody knows it. Everybody uses their products. Did you know that Henry John Heinz's first product in 1869 was horseradish, followed by pickles, sauerkraut, and vinegar? And why is that important here? Because you have to understand that back in 1869, Heinz Varieties was a small local business. All their products were delivered by horse-drawn wagons to grocers in and around Pittsburgh. They were local business to Pittsburgh. He bottled them in clear glass so his customers could see their quality. What does that really mean? That means that even though he was a small business, he decided early on what was it that distinguished him from other pickles and horseradish producers in his area. And that's what small businesses really do. They have something that they offer that somebody else doesn't. And it is this difference that really helps you as a consumer and them as a business to stand out. And as you can see, to drive foot traffic to his booth at the Chicago World's Fair, Heinz handed out pickle pins with free samples. Now, doesn't that sound familiar to a lot of the local businesses that you might see here when you come down to the farmers market, go to Bay State Commons during the fairs and festivals? It's what local businesses do to get their name spread out. In Heinz's case, the rest is history. How many of our local businesses in Westboro do you think we can say 100 years down the line that the rest is history? Think about it. Okay, on to number crunching now. So, over 99% of US employers are small business owners. Yes, you read that right. Over 99%. It's closer to, I think, 99.7%. So that's a lot of people doing small businesses. And that is not a typo. That is not a one off. That is tried and tested true for many years now. And also, small businesses, way back in 2015, which was 4 years ago, created 1.9 million jobs. Now, you might say that's not really much considering the number of people in the US. So let's move on. Here are the numbers as of 2018. The SBA estimates there are, excuse me, 30.2 million small businesses employing a total of 58.9 million workers. 58.9 million workers get their jobs thanks to these small businesses. So if you are in the local community, it could be your own friends, could be your family members, could be your own children later on in life who will be employed or will be employing these, millions of workers, that you're giving them food on the table as a small business owner. It's a big responsibility that small businesses are gearing up for. And here are some more interesting numbers to think about. 2 out of 3 new net private sector jobs are created by small businesses. That figure refers to the number of new jobs created after subtracting the number of jobs that have been eliminated. So we're not talking about the number of jobs that have already gone. We're talking new jobs that have come on the market. And this trend has been reasonably consistent for 25 years. Doesn't that just boggle the mind? It has continued since the end of the Great Recession. I mean, those are numbers that are something to make you sit up and think about, don't you think? But get this, only 50% survive beyond 5 years. Only 50% of small businesses survive beyond 5 years, which can also be translated to 50% small businesses do survive beyond 5 years. Now, which side of the 50% a business lands in is essentially in our hands, don't you see? We, the customers, we decide which business is going to do well and maybe go on to become a Heinz Varieties one day, and which one is going to, shatter or crumble like the rock in the very first picture. Is it a diamond or is it a crumbling rock? And we are the ones who hold their future in our hands. That's, well, while the small businesses have the big responsibility of providing food on the tables of millions of employees, we have the responsibility in our hands to give those small businesses the opportunity to do that. And I want to leave you with a little bit of, on a little bit of a fun note. Um, one of the memes doing the rounds on the internet for small business owners: what my employees think I do, what my customers think I do, what I wish I could do, what my competition thinks I do, what I think I do, and what I actually do. And really, it's very revealing because small business owners, while they wish they could be, superheroes, in a way they are superheroes, but they do need 6 arms to finish all the things that they have to do themselves. So as customers and as the local community, hoping, to help them along their way, what are we doing? And that is what we will explore in our next um, video of this series. Hello and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little mini series first episode. Uh, as you can see, those are big numbers. Small businesses are making a big impact on the US economy. And of course, we will be discussing the details of why should you care and how can you help if you want to in the upcoming episodes. Um, I did mention that there was an event coming up that I wanted to talk to you about. Um, so the Meininger Family Chiropractic have been in Westboro for over 23 years, offering you structural chiropractic care. And this is their second year hosting this event. It's called Women, Wine, and Wellness. Very self explanatory, but it is basically it's kind of a fundraiser to create awareness about breast cancer. So proceeds from the raffle go to the Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition. Last year they raised over $1,400, and this year let us see if we can help them go way over that last year's goal, right? If you need more details, you can contact them directly or feel free to reach out to me. It is happening on Friday, October 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. They are located in the Lyman Street Plaza opposite Stop and Shop. And I will be there covering the event, and I hope I see you there. Maybe even get to talk to you over there. And you will be seeing that episode coming on my channel soon. And in between, I will also be adding these two parts of the mini series. So thank you so much for continuing to support and encouraging my channel. Please do subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think of this, how I can improve going forward, and share with your friends and family. And I will see you soon. Have a good day.